Hey friends! Welcome to the next Tranquility in a Bag take-home craft. This month, we're making macrame wall hangings. In your bags, you'll be getting 2 rolls of macrame cord, a wooden dowel, and 3 beads. You'll need to provide a measuring stick, scissors, and optionally, a comb. I'll explain that later. So, you'll need to cut 10 pieces of cord, each 3 feet long, so 5 from each color. You will have some left over. Just keep that to the side, we will need it later. Now before we begin, just a note. As you can see, some of these are already fraying at the ends. That's okay, it's supposed to do that. Just be careful, and if things get too bad, you can twist things back together a little. Okay, so to start with, you're going to take your first cord and fold it in half. Then take the loop at the top and fold that over your dowel, then pull the remaining through like so. Here it is again. Put the remaining cords on just like that. You have 2 colors, so it's up to you how to divide that up. I've tried both alternating colors and side by side, and both work, although for the alternating colors, it does get a bit confusing later on. So here, today, I'm going to do side by side. Alright, and here we are. Now, if you've seen any of these fancy macrame videos on YouTube, most of them have these hanging. However, I don't have that kind of equipment, so what we're going to do is find something to brace against. I'm going to use my tripod here. So, what I mean is that you need something to hold the dowel so that you can pull the knots tight without the whole thing wobbling all over the place. Anything heavy that you can do this with would work. If not, you can do like we did in the last macrame video and tape it down to the table. Okay, so the first part of this is going to use a square knot. If you watched our macrame bracelet video, this should look familiar. If not, you can click here to watch it. To start, take the left cord and make a 4, and then put that under the rightmost cord like so. Then take that right cord, slip it under the middle 2, and through the loop that we created before. Now pull that tight. We're halfway done. The second half of a square knot is the exact inverse. So with the rightmost cord, make a P, then under the left cord. The left cord goes under the middle 2 and through the loop, and then we pull tight. That's 1 square knot. The first line of this design is going to be 5 square knots, so just repeat that pattern with the next 2, and so on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is ignore these 2 end ones and make 4 square knots using these here. So we're going to make a square knot between these 2 knots like so. If you feel comfortable, you can leave a little space like this, or make them nice and tight together. I like to leave a little space. Alright, seeing a pattern? Now we're going to ignore these 2, and make 3, then 2, then 1. Okay, so now we have part 1 of this design complete. Next, we're going to make a border here using the double half hitch. Here's what I mean. We're going to take this leftmost cord and knot all of these onto it, so it goes diagonally this way. Since I made my square knots spaced out, we'll need a little space so I don't ruin that design, so I'm going to put one of these here. So hold that cord in your right hand, and we're going to grab this cord here and put it over like so, and then pull through. Pull that tight, and then repeat that like so. So it's 2 knots per cord. Okay, so then we're going to repeat that all the way to the center. Okay, so now we're here, and we're going to do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to hold this one in our left hand and take these and go over and through like we did the last time. and again, and then we'll do that all the way down to the center. Alright, now we're just going to knot these two cords together, like so. There we go. Okay, next, we're going to turn the entire thing over and repeat what we just did on both sides. Now we're just going to turn it back over. There you go. Okay, so at this point, you can add the beads if you'd like. I'd also recommend using a pencil or something of that ilk to help you push the cords through. Just make sure you tie a nice knot afterwards. Right now, what we're going to do is cut everything down to a similar level. These two are probably the shortest, so we're going to start there and kind of make a diagonal like this. Don't worry about it being super uneven. Alright, now the other side. Great. So now we're going to create the fringe. To do that, you're going to start untwisting the strands like this, and then continuing down the line. This is where the comb comes in. This really helps. You can just go at it like this, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so that took a couple minutes, but here is the finished product. The last thing to do is take some of your extras, cut it down to a reasonable length, and tie that on. It's a bit easier if you tie it here between these two. That way it won't slip off when you're not looking. And here you go. Now you can place it wherever you like to brighten up your space. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.